Welcome back to LaHue Gaming, everybody, and Merry Christmas, guys. This is being recorded on the 22nd, so it's the Tuesday before Christmas. Happy holidays if you don't celebrate Christmas, but we do, so Merry Christmas. This is kind of a chill, laid-back video, somewhat informative. Over the past few videos, over the past probably month or so, the grind of trying to do daily videos it's been a grind. That's the perfect word for it. And I have enjoyed doing YouTube for the short period of time I've done it. I think way over 100 videos straight. However, there's some things that come with that, which is the quality's not there. I really enjoy doing YouTube videos, but I just got a new computer and I'm looking at maybe getting a desk mic and a webcam soon so that I can actually record high quality videos like I'd like to, and not only stuff like for mobile games, but possibly games on my PlayStation, which is one of the things I most enjoy watching on YouTube are people who are playing the games I like to play. So that's kind of what I want to do. But that leads me into 2021. I'm very excited about 2021 because I have a lot of clear defined goals that I have for myself for the new year. And one of them includes YouTube. I want to continue doing it, but it won't be in the format that I've been doing it. It will not be mandating myself to get a video out every day to make sure there's some kind of string of videos. They're going to be higher quality. There's going to be no schedule to start with because it's going to be me developing my skills. I was in college 7 years ago and graduated with a degree in broadcasting, and in that I did a lot of video editing and it was a blast and I enjoyed every bit of that, which is why I think I like doing this. So I want to get back to doing that and enjoying it and making higher quality stuff. So in that, I'm going to jump into some goals that I'm kind of sharing with you all, but it's more of an accountability thing for myself. I'm putting this on the channel. If you like it, awesome. If you don't, then click away. That's fine. There's videos all the way up until I believe the 5th of January, and then they'll cease to be coming out at least on that regular basis. But I'm going to go over some of my goals for the new year outside of YouTube, but they're going to help contribute with YouTube. So I kind of just wrote them down and we'll kind of go through the list and let me know what you guys think. Are you thinking about doing some of the same goals? Do you have different goals that you think that everyone should try? Because I think some of mine are things that most people could probably get away with and do. So let's dive into it. First thing on the list is lose 15 pounds. I chose 15 because if you don't have a clear, defined goal written down, then you won't achieve it. I mean, you may, but if you have it written down, like I'm going to lose 15 pounds, I know that's just over 1 pound per month. Like I should be able to do that. And that's going to take eating healthier and doing exercise. It also coincides with my wife's goals. So I really like that. Part of the losing 15 pounds is working out 3 or more days a week. I used to get into workout regimes and then I would do them for a few weeks straight and be hardcore about it. And they didn't stick with me. So I'm not going to, just like with YouTube, put a lot of pressure on myself. I want to work out 3 or more days a week. I think that's reasonable. I think there's no certain amount of time. I may run one day. I may do some cool, fun new workout. I may go play a round of disc golf, which I love to do. And that to me is working out. I mean, that's 2 hours of roaming up and down a park, hills, throwing frisbees. And I love doing it, but it's also a workout. So that'll be a part of losing some weight. The losing weight part isn't because I don't like my body and where it's at. I feel healthier when I'm at a lower weight than I'm at now, and feeling healthier gives me more energy. So part of that also will be no more alcohol for the year. I've done this a couple times in the past. I've given up, just beer before. I've also given up all alcohol before. And it's funny because when I'm 31, when you're my age, what's the point if that's a safe lifestyle and There's nothing negative coming out of it, but there is, because it impacts how you sleep, how you're motivated, your energy levels, even if it's not a lot or often. So that's one thing. It's kind of a challenge, but I know I've done it before, and so it's just one more thing that I really want to do to help my body be healthier. I guess also going alongside that, these are more like actual really hard goals. No soda and no coffee. The soda one just kind of came up because there's a lot of sugar in there and something else that just drags me down. The coffee isn't necessarily bad for you. I've even heard that just a touch of sugar actually makes it even healthier for you. But I want my body, at least to start with, to be able to operate off water, which it should be able to. I don't have any science behind this, guys. There's no links in the description or anything like that. These are just things that I believe will help. So I'm cutting out alcohol, I'm cutting out soda, and I'm gonna try to cut out coffee. That'll probably be the toughest one. I don't drink a lot of soda anyways, but the coffee will probably be the toughest one. And then of course, 1 gallon of water per day will be what I'm going to drink. That's, I think, acceptable or widely accepted as a reasonable or a good amount of water. Again, no facts or statistics to back it up. I don't need to prove that to anyone. This is just self-imposed goals, but I've also written them down. So they're achievable at this point because I have them on a list, right? Some things to help with the mental side of life, which when I was in college and the first few years after college, I got really big into reading. I mean, reading all sorts of stuff, fiction, nonfiction, graphic novels, everything. There were a couple years in a row where I think I read over 100 books of sorts. Some of them were graphic novels, some of them were actual novels, some of them were, junior fiction, stuff like that, but it's enjoyable stuff. In the past year and a half, probably since our daughters were born, I really haven't read too much. And I know I have friends who say that they've picked up reading more because they want to show that to their children, that this is a healthy lifestyle, is reading. It actually will help you in so many different facets of your life. So I have a goal of reading 1 book per month minimum. If I really get into it again like I used to be, I have this like chalice at home almost. That's a big jar, I guess. And it has over 1,000 book titles from when I was in college. I used to go thrift shopping all the time, and I would buy all sorts of 25-cent novels, and just reading the synopsis on the back, I was like, wow, this looks great. So I bought it. I had this bookshelf wrapping around the bedroom in my room, and it was awesome. But then I ended up selling them all because I didn't need to keep transporting those everywhere, and it was really hard to store a lot of books. So, but I have all the titles because I was dedicated to actually reading those, and I really want to get back into that. One of the biggest things I'm looking forward to, quite honestly, is trying to read. There's a lot of Star Wars novels. I'm a huge Star Wars fan, but I'd really love to try to read them in order, which I found a few different chronological order reading lists for Star Wars. So I'd really like to do that because I think there's a lot of backstory that you don't get with the movies or the TV shows or things like that. So that's a big goal of mine. 2 things that really kind of go hand in hand are doing a daily devotional reading and a daily Bible reading. Faith is a really big part of my life, and I want that to also be represented for my girls to see that that's what helps part of having a healthy lifestyle, is having a good relationship with God. So one of my big goals is to really work on my relationship with him. So, and then the last few things are, they're less, they're not statistically being able, like, it's not like a 15 pounds or 1 book a month or cutting out a certain thing. I want to be kinder to everyone. I've definitely found myself, having kids can be stressful sometimes, but I think also sleep deprivation can be stressful, and a stressful work environment can be stressful, obviously. And I think you wrap all those things into one, and you kind of let yourself mentally just kind of run about. I want to focus more on myself to make sure I'm being a kind person, whether it's to people that I'm face-to-face interacting with, or a great example is when I'm driving. If somebody's irritating me while I'm driving, I don't want to react just however I want because they can't hear me or see me. I want to put the mental side of myself in place where I can say, that's not going to bother me. I'm not going to let that dictate how my day goes. I want to build up my mental strength to where I can say, you know what? It's not a big deal. They didn't hurt me. They didn't offend me. I'm going on with my day because I'm choosing to have a good day. So think positively, even when I'm being tested or stressed. That's also difficult to do in a lot of different scenarios. But I think if you really, really practice and try to think positively and be kind also in those stressful or tense situations that people come across from time to time, I think that will help you in a healthier lifestyle altogether. Mental and physical are both things I'm striving to do better at in this new year. A YouTube style goal that is pretty vague. It's pretty vague, but I've already mentioned it. I really want to improve on editing. So as you've noticed, most of my thumbnails are just the same 4 repeated thumbnails. If it's a Rush to Max series or a Let's Play series, it's the same thumbnail. And that was a system that I had put together, so it was easy for me to say, oh, this is a Rush to Max video. Let me just use this thumbnail. But I do know one thing that YouTube is great at is getting catchy looking thumbnails in front of people, and not clickbait type things, but like, hey, this video is intriguing. I have seen so many thumbnails that make me go, wow, I want to watch this video. And the video may not be great. It just happens sometimes. But the thumbnail was so enticing that I had to watch it. So I really want to get good at that. That was one of my weak points, was Photoshop. And that's part of what building a thumbnail is. So I want to get better at that, but also the video editing side of it. I really want to put together a better system than just recording and editing on the tablet. Now, we got the tablet to do those things, but I want to utilize the tablet to help me when I'm using my new computer to develop better video editing skills. So this may be used for more vlog style videos. Who knows? It's kind of an open book right now. And one thing I'm sure my wife will be proud of is I have a goal to get more house projects done. Just those little things that really shouldn't take that long, but I go, oh, I don't want to do that right now. Why? Because I want to be on my phone playing a game or flipping through Facebook? There's no need. It's the things in my real life that aren't on an electronic device are more important than those things on the electronic device. Which brings me to my last 2 things that I actually didn't write down because 1, I kind of forgot about them, but 2, I was so focused on the fact that these 2 things were going to happen that it didn't cross my mind. At least to start the year off with, I would say for a minimum of 1 month, I'll be taking all social media off of my phone. I'll be taking everything that isn't necessary to get through the day and a couple of games that I truly just enjoy playing, usually in the evenings in my downtime. I'll be taking those things off. So Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. I don't really use Twitter or Instagram, but they're on there, and sometimes I just hop on and start strolling. I'm taking them all off. I won't be like deactivating my accounts or anything, but it's something I've never done since I was in high school. I mean, that's 13 years ago. I have had some form of social media in my face, and not always am I always on it, but sometimes I'm just sitting there and I'm just strolling through. So I don't want to do that mindless activity anymore. I want to be focused on a TV show that I'm watching with my wife, or I want to be focused on playing with my girls, or I want to be focused on reading a book, or focused on doing a house project. I can get so many things done if I just cut that one thing out for even a short while. We'll see how the first month goes. If, I'm dying to get back on it and I limit myself on how much I'm on it, then that might happen. But I think it should be an easy task for me, if not everyone, to just take a step back for a second. Why are you so heated and why are you so involved with someone you don't know that you've never heard of that made a comment that just sparked a fire in you? Who cares? Who cares? Unless it actually impacts your daily life, your literal daily life, who cares? Like, there's no point to reacting. You're just starting a fire or putting fuel on a fire. And I've taken part in that. I've posted before on political issues or controversial issues. And every time there's some comment from somebody else, either I know them or I don't, and they friend of a friend or a popular, post or something, and they just have to put their 2 cents in. And I've done the same thing. I've put my 2 cents in. But what's it matter? It doesn't impact my wife, my family, my kids. So that's why I want to get away from that, because I'm kind of tired of seeing it. I'm tired of seeing it. I'm tired of being a part of it. So I'm just going to take myself out of it for a while. So yeah, the other big thing I'm most excited about, and my wife is the least excited person on this last topic, is my facial hair. So for the longest time, I've wanted to try growing out my beard as far as I can. Now, right now, it's a little scruffy, and it's actually, technically speaking, a goatee is when it wraps all the way around your mustache to your beard. What this is, I believe, a Van Dyke is what you technically would call it. Or maybe I have those flip-flopped. I may have those flip-flopped. But either way, this is kind of what I've always kept facial hair-wise. I've transitioned through many decades of life having facial hair. Not so much hair on top, unfortunately, so I do what I can here. But one time in my life, I grew my facial hair out as long as I could. I made a deal with my wife that I wasn't going to shave it until I hit an ace playing disc golf. And it took a couple months, but I hit it and it was awesome, and then I had to shave. She just doesn't like my mustache hair. I think she likes kissing me, so maybe that's it. But I want to grow out my beard for as long as I can. And I know this is going to be stressful for her because she likes seeing my face. But I probably won't do this again till I'm in my 50s or 60s. I know my dad did it a while back. I don't know if it was a full year. It may have been. But it's something I've always wanted to do. And I'm just going to do it. So I'm going to grow my facial hair out for as long as I can. If I can remember, I'm going to attempt to take a picture each morning or each day at least, so I can maybe do a time-lapse video of that growth just to kind of put on here and show you guys. I think those are fun to watch. I think it's incredible to watch what the human body does. But in part of that would be my physical health. I might do like a daily photo of like my headshot and my upper body to show where my physical health is going forward in 2021. 2020 has been a stressful year, guys. There's been a lot happening around the world. There's been a lot that people have gone through. It's been very stressful for most. I've been very fortunate to withstand it with my family, and I pray that we can continue making progress. But these are my goals for 2021. Usually they're just like, oh, I'm going to do something as a goal, and you say it and you don't follow through. But I really do want to make a conscious effort to achieve all of these goals. So thank you for watching this video. It's going on close to 20 minutes now, so I apologize. If you have watched it all the way through, I thank you, and you're probably friends or family. Help me keep these goals, because they mean a lot to me. Otherwise, I wouldn't have written them down and I wouldn't have made them part of this video. And again, share with me what goals you have. I would love to hear some of your list. This isn't a plug to try to get people to comment. I really genuinely would love to see what kind of goals everyone has for themselves, because I think it's important, not just in the new year, but it's a great time to take advantage of that, to say, look, it's a fresh start. It doesn't mean like, oh, new year, new me. No, this is like a really good time to say, you know what? I'm going to make a conscious decision to make goals that are achievable and really put that focus in there. So, guys, I hope you have enjoyed everything I brought to the channel so far. I hope you enjoyed this video. Once again, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays. It is Christmas afternoon at this point when this video will release. I hope everything is going well for all of you out there. I really do. I love each and every one of you. As our good friend Klaus Gaming has said in every single one of his videos that I can remember. And have a great day. Bye.